Everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Lex here, and we are going to be doing the mid-year wrap-up for my reading journals. So we are going to get started with that. So here's my cover page. Yes, it's plain Jane, whatever. It does not matter to me. And so I can show you everything you need to see in my journal for the first 6 months. So when we turn this page, it is my reading goal, like, bookshelf. I have been keeping up with it, and it is all the way fixed to June, so I am done with that. If you go to the next page, these are extras just in case I read more than what I said I was going to. Okay, next page is my goals and ratings, and then you have my index. Well, I haven't finished it yet. I'm here at May and I need to actually write everything down. That will be done off camera. But let's go to the next page. Next page is my reading log. So this tells me how many books I've read and title, author, dates, ratings, that type of thing. So I have actually had to come over on this page and write everything except for I don't remember what color this is, so we will figure out when I have to actually do this page. But right now I think it's correct as in 82 books I have read so far. All right, and so let's keep going. We're going to flip to the next page. Next page is my anticipated releases. So the stars mean, so if I take a look at this, stars mean that it just means it's completed. I've completed it reading those books for this year. January, February, March, April. If you come to this page, I accidentally messed up on July. I didn't get this down. I need to put this in here. I need to add this. I had to move books around because everything got moved. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And then the releases I talked about in my TBR video, and then I have this. But yeah, so those are my anticipated releases. We're gonna come over. Okay, so I haven't finished completing all of it, but if you look at this and you look at this, you can tell that I have completed a lot more bingos. I just have not colored it in yet. It is on my to-do list. I might do it off camera, so that might be a job for me to do sooner rather than later. So I have pretty much all of them done. This is my bingo tracker, and then I have them highlighted based on what months I completed them in. Okay, next thing we're going to come to is my rereads. These are my rereads so far, and nothing much about that. Okay, next thing is monthly tracker. So this tracks how many books I read per month. Okay, this is my format published year tracker. So I track the years that I read. And then this is my thing to tell me what my colors are. The lines that you see here are what I've done in each month. So I put a line after I completed the month. Obviously, I don't read much ebooks, and I have not read immersion with physical/audio. Okay, we're gonna come over here, and these are my Hall of Fame. So Hall of Fame's meaning that anything above a 4.5 will be put on my Hall of Fame. I do have, I glued in my gloves off, but I need to get Spotlight and Rewind It Back so they go in these two spots. I just haven't done it yet. So yeah, it will get done. All right, my 25 books in 2025. Well, tell I haven't done much. So I love having 25 books in 2025, but I don't know if I'm going to do it again next year. We'll find out. But this is a maybe. Maybe I will do this next year. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, we go on to the next one, and this is my series tracker. And like this, these like colors here, they tell me that I've already read them. So what I mean by that is I read it the previous year. So I didn't put that, like, I made sure I knew that for myself, that I read those in the previous year. The colors of the colors of blue and purple are the ones I read this year. So, yeah, I have a lot that are open that I meant to get to. I just haven't done it yet. And then I have extra space just in case. Okay, my physical TBR. These are my physical TBR that I have. These are what I had before I got to 2025. And this is my TBR that was like single books that I did not want to put in that I thought was just easy just to write them out like this. I don't know if I like this. To be honest, I don't know. I liked what I did last year, but yeah. All right, we're going to flip to the next page. Okay, this is bought in 2025. Okay, so what I mean by bought, I mean I bought these books and I did not read them yet. Well, to be honest, I bought a lot more books in 2025, but I already read them. So these are the books that I have that I bought and then read them. I'm not doing so hot. Can you tell? Okay, fan fiction. That was one of my goals for this year, was to read more fanfic. Yeah, you can tell I've only read one. And that was at the beginning of the year. So, that sucks. Okay, my monthly stats at a glance. So these are my monthly stats. I have messed up on a couple of them, so I had to white stuff out. But this is what everything looks like so far. So yeah, so here's my bought. See how many things I bought so far? I bought a lot of books when I wasn't supposed to. But yeah. So we're gonna keep going. Okay, so here's my TBR. So this TBR is based on authors. So authors that I wanted to read. These are the authors I wanted to read, and they weren't part of a series, so they didn't go under a series tracker. So besides Sarah J. Maas, I probably should not have done that, but oh well. I did a lot of things. And then I had like Nikki Salone, and Nikki Salone I had a series plus some other ones I wanted to read by her, but yeah. I don't know. I think this is like, should not have done this one, or maybe kept this TBR for authors just for their standalones and then had the series ones in the series tracker. I don't know. I didn't think about it until I started having to do a lot of highlighting. So, like, see this is a series, and it should be in the series tracker, not the regular TBR. So, and then I gave myself extra room. All right. As seen on TikTok, BookTube, and Bookstagram. Yeah, this one was a complete flop. Probably will not do it again next year. Okay, my DNF graveyard. I don't know if I'm going to do this again next year. I've kept up on it. Don't get me wrong. I've DNF'd 3 books this year. One of them is recent, but I don't know if I will do this again next year. That's just my thoughts. Okay, my savings tracker. Okay, I was keeping up with this. I was seeing how much I have actually saved, and I stopped doing it because I was going to run out of room before the end of the year. So if I do this again, I need to give myself way more room. Maybe combine my ebooks and audiobooks, because at the beginning I didn't do that, and I made a separate like entry of the audiobook and then a different entry for the ebook. I should have combined them like I did over here, but that was my bad. But this is the money I've saved so far this year, which I'm pretty excited about. We get into my January like spread. So I did it based off New Year's. Okay, you see my books I bought, number of books, average rating, number of hours. And then I did some graphs. per se. Okay, so I did this. I do have a key here because I finished certain books in... I don't know why that feels so weird. Finished some books in a day, so I had to actually like fit them on the side of the key. So this is what this one looks like. And then we're going to skip to February. February was Valentine's Day, so I did like a Valentine's Day theme. You got my TBR, you got my stats, books I bought, and my graphs that I have. I don't use the same graphs every single time. So some graphs or some spreads has 3 graphs, some have 2, some might have more. I don't remember, but we come over here. And this is what this one looks like. Was it this month or is it the next month? I think it's next month. I stopped doing this because I was like, maybe I should do a full calendar view. And that's when I started it. Yeah. So here's my March, all about St. Patty's Day and everything else. I did not read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I totally forgot. Actually, I didn't forget. I just didn't want to. All right, and this is when I decided to do the full calendar view. I don't like the full calendar view because the reason why is because if I have to go from Saturday to Sunday and I have to break it up and I don't like it and it looks tacky. So it's the reason why when in July I went back to everything being up top and then being just like that. And this one, I also stopped doing my star ratings. I do put if I read it as audiobook or an ebook along the side of each of the book covers. So that is what I did in this one. And then we come here and we go to Easter. And this is my Easter one. Obviously, I didn't read the fine print. April was a rough month, and you can see why. Okay, so I did this. So I tried to do a different view to see if I like it, and I still don't like it. So, and then I added like important. So over here, I added the important books that were releasing on certain days, but I did include how I read each of the books. I was pretty much in a reading slump after the 15th. Didn't read anything and after that. May is kind of blah, to be honest. So this is what I did in May. I did read this book. I read Scandal, Secrets, Barbarian's Touch, and Barbarian's Taming. I just didn't highlight them, but I did read everything on my TBR that month. And then I did this view because I was in a slump and I didn't want to do the long version that went like this. So you can tell where I was still kind of in my slump. I didn't read anything until the 5th. And then I read stuff from the 6th to the 11th. Took a big, huge gap of reading again. And then I started back up on the 20th and have gone from there. So my books that I read in May. All right, coming to June. June was my birthday month. So these are stats, everything I've done. I did not get to off camera. I DNF'd the home run proposal. I should explain it in a reading vlog. If you would like that, you can go look at it in the reading vlog. It probably is not up yet, just FYI. All right, so we come over here and I do this view. And I use different stickers because I didn't like any of the stickers that I had for numbers. So I went and looked through all my Archer and Olive, called the little packets that I get each month, and use those. And this is all in the same set. And I just glued in the book covers because I read so many books in June that I did not want to use my Canon Ivy and waste a bunch of stuff, so I printed them out and glued them in. That's what I did. Will I how I read each book. I don't know. There's a possibility. I was just running out of room putting however many books I read this month. How many books did I read? 18 books. So I was running out of room on this page to have all 18 book covers on it. So I might start up the putting the sticker on how I read each book. But this is how it is set up. All right, we take it to the next page. The next page is my Hello Summer page. So my Hello Summer means that this is my summer TBR that I had for this year. And I've only read one book on my summer TBR. We'll find out if I get to any of them. So, spoiler alert, if you have not seen my summer TBR video, you get to see it now. Here is my summer TBR. Okay, lastly is the view of my July stats page and spread. So I did more of a beach theme, and I used color pencils this time. I will probably use, I don't know, coloring with color pencils was a pain in the butt, to be honest. So I don't know if I'm going to do it again, but we'll find out. And then when you flip it, I went back to this view that I liked way more than the last couple months. So that is everything for my reading journal. My mid-year wrap up for my reading journal. You can see what I've done, what I've changed, what I don't like about certain things, what I'm concerned about. But what I would like to say is I appreciate every single one of you stopping by. And if you like this, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.